Alrighty, friends. Hello, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I hope you liked watching the movie yesterday. I think that it shows a decent little representation of what is actually happening within the story that we're reading so far. Today is going to be real short, right? Right and sweet. There's no play pause it with this. It's just watch the YouTube video and then answer the exit slip at the end, okay? And specifically, we're going to be looking at Mercutio and Benvolio. So when we left off, Romeo and Juliet met each other right at the Capulet ball. They kissed. They are like in love at first sight. Hallelujah! Right, and that's where we left off. They cannot love each other though because they are one's a Capulet and one is a Montague, and those families absolutely hate each other, like you saw in the movie yesterday. Tybalt, who was the really long-haired, really angry dude sitting at that table, he is like super pissed that they are in love. Okay, so we're gonna start at scene one. This part doesn't really matter. We're gonna start at scene one, okay? Act 2, scene 1, where Romeo finds himself so in love with Juliet that he cannot leave her. He scales a wall and enters Capulet's garden. Meanwhile, Benvolio and Mercutio look for him in vain, okay? So Romeo is going to leave and try and find Juliet, while Benvolio and Mercutio are going to go and look for him, okay? So this is right after the party. Romeo says, "Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out." Which basically means, like, how can I move forward when the person that I love is here? He leaves, or escapes, really, and then Benvolio and Mercutio goes to try and find them. "Romeo, my cousin Romeo, Romeo. He's wise, and, on my life, hath stolen him home to bed. He ran this way, and leapt this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio. Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humours, madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I'm satisfied. Cry but me, but pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip, Venus, one fair word, one nickname for her purblind son and heir. Young Abraham Cupid, he that shot so trim when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. He hareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not, the ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, quivering thigh, and by the demesnes that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us." So that little like monologue by Mercutio basically is saying like this man is in love, like we like making fun of him essentially, like, oh, like really you're going back, and they think that he's going back for Rosaline, right? So they think that he saw Rosaline and they're going back for Rosaline, but we all know that he's really going back for Juliet. So Benvolio says, "And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him." This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise his spirit in his mistress's circle, of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. That were some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress's name, I conjure only but to raise him up. So Mercutio's like, no, 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 I'm not making fun of him. I'm trying to raise him up. But in reality, Mercutio really is just making fun of him because he doesn't believe that anyone can be in love at first sight, okay? And Benvolio says, "Come, he hath hid himself among these trees, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark." And then Mercutio says, "If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree, and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit as maids call medlars when they laugh alone. O Romeo, that she were, oh that she were, an open arse, thou thou a poprin pear. Romeo, good night, I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go? Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found. So they're essentially like, hey, we're gonna go to bed because you go do your own thing. Okay? Boom. That's the end of scene one. All right? Really quick, really simple. Your exit slip actually doesn't have anything to do with this scene specifically, but what I want you to answer is this. Do you think that Mercutio like has a fair point, right? Because he's just making fun of Romeo for being in love at first sight and falling for this girl so hard, right? Are you on Mercutio's side, being very skeptical, saying that love cannot happen in first sight, or are you more Romeo, saying like if it happens, it happens? Okay, answer that question. Are you on Mercutio's side? Are you on Romeo's side of love? Who do you believe more? And then we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is scene two, and it is the iconic Romeo, oh Romeo, what light through yonder window breaks, where Romeo is sitting in the courtyard looking up at Juliet's balcony. And they're talking that way. Okay? Have a good rest of your day, y'all. Happy Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow.